You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
We are live from Muncie, Indiana. It's that time of year again. It all kicks off right here. The Ball State Cardinals playing host to the Old Dominion Monarchs, two teams with very high expectations. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by Gillie, and Brayden Carroll will take us the rest of the way afterwards. But Max, how you doing?
I am doing great. You can feel it in the air. Hoops season has made its great return.
Indeed it has, but in order to kind of set the tone here early, let's talk about both teams and how they got here, mainly talking about last season. Let's start with your Ball State Cardinals. Finished with a 28-6 record, a 16-2 record in MAC play. They were just one game short of being the first seed in the MAC, just one game shy of Toledo. They lost in the second round of the MAC tournament to the eventual champs, Kent State, and they lost in the first round of the women's NIT to Belmont. So a lot of positives there. And for Old Dominion, a 22-10 record and a 12-6 record in the Sun Belt. They finished fourth in the Sun Belt Conference. They lost in the second round of the tournament to Marshall, a heartbreaking loss, only losing by 2 possessions. And they lost also in the women's NIT tournament to North Carolina A&T. So 2 pretty strong seasons from both teams that didn't end the way that both of these teams really wanted. How do you put that in the past, especially on opening night?
Well, I mean, you put it in the past by just accepting that, hey, it's a brand new day, brand new season, and truly, you can look back at your success and be like, great, we did a lot of good things. But that's what it is. It's just the past. Now, everybody across the country, they're turning their attention to the present. And these are two teams that have some high expectations, and they would love to be able to get to kind of start the year off right with a win, because no one wants to start the year off with a loss. That's a terrible way to get momentum. And for Ball State, they got a decent-sized crowd coming in here today. They don't want to disappoint their fans, considering that this is another year where Ball State has a lot of expectations.
Yeah, and this is also a game for both teams that kind of signifies a new era, especially for Old Dominion. The fact that they have 8 new players coming into their program this year, only 3 returners from last year. Do you expect there to be any rust from this Old Dominion team that really hasn't played together yet?
I trust their head coach in Delisha Milton-Jones. She has a lot of great coaching experience, so if it's up to her, her team won't have rust, but realistically, there will be rust. When outside of this Old Dominion team playing in an exhibition against Newport, they haven't played Division I pace, Division I speed. So they're going to need to be very prepared to be able to face some tough competition, and the unfortunate part for them is they only have 3 players returning from a season ago. That means that with a lot of these players coming from community college level, this may be their first Division I game, and they're going to have to deal with it. They have a lot of experience. This is an Old Dominion team that has a lot of juniors, seniors, and graduates. That can be helpful. That's a lot of basketball experience, but still, start of the year is going to be difficult.
Indeed it will, and I mean, that's just an alarming stat. 3 returning players from last year. It'll be interesting to see how they gel, especially in the first half. From Ball State, they have a very similar situation. A lot of great talent coming in and out, and it just goes to show the pros and cons of the transfer portal. Who is a new Cardinal coming in the transfer portal, or a freshman even, that you expect to stand out tonight?
There are a lot of talented Cardinals, first of all. Much props to Coach Sally and his staff for doing a great job in this transfer portal, but I'm really interested to see what Elise Stuck can bring to Ball State. She wears number 42, 6'1" graduate, spent 4 years at Michigan. She was playing Big Ten competition. She was getting some valuable minutes. And the big thing is she has 4 years of NCAA tournament experience, regardless of if she wasn't starting all those games, in the play in every single game. that's experience that I think every team wants to have, is players who know what it's like in the biggest stages of them all. And that's something that at least Stuck can bring. But if I can bring up a freshman who I'm interested to see, listen, both of these freshmen are talented, but I want to really look at Grace Kingery out of North Ridgeville, Ohio. She scored nearly 2,000 points during her high school career. Yes, it's in high school, but still, she seems to be a high-scoring player. Excited to see what she can bring as a freshman.
And that will take us into our first commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
Smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena for Ball State SportsLink broadcast of the Ball State Cardinals playing host to the Old Dominion Monarchs. Again, I'm Roen Elbert, joined by Maxwell Gillie, continuing our pregame show. And Max, the first thing I want to touch on right now is the coaching battle. For Ball State, you got Brady Sally, again, an elite coach, and then Delisha Milton-Jones for the Old Dominion Monarchs, again, an elite coach. Two very highly respected coaches in their conferences. How does one of these coaches come out on top in this kind of chess battle?
Well, it seems easier said than done, but you're going to have to try and outsmart the other one. When you have these coaches, yes, they're from different backgrounds. One has a lot of coaching experience. One comes in with a lot of playing to coaching experience. You never quite know what you can expect. So, for Old Dominion, their goal is just going to have to be to out-coach Coach Sally and his Cardinals. But tell you what, fans are in for a treat when you have two quality coaches like this one. And I know, yes, you're at the Division I level, you have good coaches, but when it comes to mid-major coaches, I'd say both of these programs are lucky with the fact that their coaches have a lot of winning, a lot of basketball experiences that can help, you know, grow these players to get them to a higher level.
And that leads me to my next point and my next question. For both of these coaches, what are the keys to the game?
So, for both of these coaches, the big thing that I'm going to be looking for is you gotta keep your players out of foul trouble, and you gotta get those rebounds. Yes, I know people will say that's what you need to do every single game, but it's the start of the year. What that means is, as we mentioned, there may be some rust. For freshmen, this is their first opportunity at Division I pace, at Division I speed. So you gotta avoid the little silly mistakes, because those do add up, and that's how sometimes when a team plays significantly better, it becomes a closer matchup because they keep fouling and they keep giving those free throw opportunities.
And do you anticipate there being any pregame, or I mean, I could say pregame jitters, but just opening day jitters for both of these teams?
Definitely. I mean, these players are all at Division I institutions for a reason, and they're all used to getting to play in basketball. But I think, like a lot of people, when you start a new season, you start a new job, there's always going to be just some nerves for only a little bit. But these are professionals. They're adults now. They're not going to get, they shouldn't continue to have as many nerves. Now, freshmen probably will have a whole lot more nerves than, say, the graduates or seniors, because they haven't done it before.
Yeah, they're adults now. That's the pep talk I need to give myself every morning. Thank you, Max, for that. And Max, any parting words before we take it back to commercial break?
Big thing is these are two teams that are looking to be playing well. These are two teams that would love to perform well in the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. Both these teams went undefeated in the MAC Sun Belt Challenge last year. Tonight, someone's going to get their first loss in this short kind of series between these two great conferences. So biggest thing is no one wants to lose the first game of the year. Someone's going to have to. Stay tuned. It should be a fun between two great mid-major schools.
And that takes us to the commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. You are listening to Ball State Women's Basketball as they host Old Dominion here on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptonin.com. At munciesweets.hamptonin.com.
Tater tots and roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome live to Worthen Arena. We are just 5 minutes away from tip-off of this season home opener matchup between the Ball State Cardinals and the Old Dominion Monarchs. Good evening, I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside Roen Elbert, our sideline reporter and host, also doing the board work for us for this huge matchup between the Cards and the Monarchs. Max, this is going to be a fun one. You have a three-time national champion in Old Dominion coming to Worthen Arena for what should be a doozy.
Exactly. You mentioned that they're a three-time national champion, but the big thing is with a difficult non-conference schedule that Ball State has, fans may be overlooking this Old Dominion team, but they are not to be overlooked. They have a lot of talented players. There's a reason why they're picked fourth in the Sun Belt Conference preseason rankings. People will say those rankings don't matter, but that's voted on by the coaches. They know who to look out for.
This is an Old Dominion team that went 22-10 last year, 22-12 the year prior, 4 straight years with 20-plus wins. They have success built in their program, and Ball State the same. And we have sort of a new roster, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces. Let's run through the starting five as we know them heading into this season. First off, what can you tell me about the returner, the senior, number 0, Allie Becky?
Well, Allie Buckets, that's her name for a reason. She has scored over 1,000 career points here for the Cardinals, and hey, it feels like she never misses. She's very good, and she averaged about 13 points per game last year, led the team, but she can shoot threes, and she is one to watch out for. Man, I tell you what, just seeing her as a Hoosier getting to continue to show the rise of Hoosier basketball in Indiana, she is great.
So that's an old face for Ball State. How about two new faces? Malaya Johnson, MJ, as we know her from Texas A&M, and Lachelle Austin, a senior guard from Eastern Michigan.
Well, for MJ Johnson, the big thing that Coach Sally said was, quote, her experience playing in and day out in the SEC will undoubtedly have her in a great position to impact our squad early and often. She comes to us out of Texas A&M. It's great when you can get to brag that, hey, we have SEC experience. And meanwhile, for Lachelle Austin, she comes back from Eastern Michigan. She's used to the grind of the Mid-American Conference because, yes, you see the players from the Power Four conferences, they're used to playing some of the best teams in the country. But the Mid-American Conference, I'm not just saying this because we're here at Ball State, it is really an underrated conference. They got a lot of great players year in and year out, so having someone come to Ball State who already knows what to expect with MAC-SBC certainly is helpful.
And she was a force in Eastern Michigan. And then how about another returner, number 20, Alex Richard, back in the fold, a senior for this Card team.
Tell you what, Avon, Indiana's Alex Richard, she is just always fun to watch. She has a great personality, and you know, she really improved last year from her years prior. She was scoring a lot more. She was getting those blocks and steals, of course, but she's a shooter. People may not realize, but she worked on that last offseason, and you can only think that she'll continue that into this season.
A 53% shooter from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. Certainly a shooter. Finally, Elise Stuck, another transfer. She's from Michigan, a grad student. What can you say about her?
Well, I can tell you that she may not have had the most points scored at Michigan, but she brings in that Big Ten experience, and more importantly, she brings in that NCAA tournament experience. She spent 4 years at Michigan. All 4 years, they were tournament bound, so she has a lot of experience. Her family has a lot of that experience as well, and she brings some size, and she can bring some shooting as well. She really impressed me during the preseason match against IU South Bend.
She is one of those new forces to be reckoned with on this Ball State team. And Cards fans, I know what you're saying. Where's Madeline Bischoff? They haven't said Madeline Bischoff yet. Don't worry, she is still a regular day starter on this Ball State team, but for now, out with a day-to-day injury. We're sure to see her later in this season, a preseason All-MAC.
That's right. Oh, by the way, it's her birthday today, so
shout out, happy birthday.
Shout out, yeah.
That's awesome.
Heck of a way to celebrate to start the basketball season.
And she's hoping to celebrate her birthday with a Cardinal victory today. We're going to take one more break. The national anthem starting lineups getting going. When we return, we'll walk you through those starting lineups and get ready for tip-off. Ball State, Old Dominion, the home season opener for the Ball State Cardinals. This is SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle. The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Welcome live from Worthen. It's Ball State Old Dominion, the season opener. Here for women's basketball, your Cards are in action again in 2024. I'm Brayden, Carroll, Gillie, your color analyst alongside Roen, Elbert, working the board. We'll also be a sideline reporter. We'll hear from him in just a little bit. For now, let's take you through the starting lineups for Ball State and Old Dominion. For the Cards, we previewed it on the pregame show. At guard, number 0, Allie Becky, the 5'8 senior. She's alongside number 11, Lachelle Austin, the 5'7 senior. And then your forwards for this Cardinal squad. Number 2, MJ Malaya Johnson, the 6'3 graduate. Number 20, Alex Richard, the 6'1 senior. And number 42, Elise Stuck, the 6'1 graduate. And actually, we have a last-minute change here in the starting lineup for Ball State. A little bit of a shocker for us. We'll play along. Number 14, Marie Kiefer, will be the forward in place of Malaya Johnson. So that's the 6'2 senior making her 97th start as a Ball State Cardinal. And then for Old Dominion, it's number 0, Cameron Hill, playing guard today as a 6-foot grad. Number 2, Samaru Fields, a 5'6 junior. Number 7, Kelsey Thompson, a 5'10 junior. Number 25, Isaiah Buford, 5'7 grad. And finally, the forward, number 55, Brenda Fontana, a 6'1 senior. This is a huge matchup here for Ball State and Old Dominion. For more on this matchup and the history of MAC versus Sunbelt, Ball State Old Dominion, here's Roen Elbert.
Guys, many would argue that the key to a great season is getting off to a hot start, and one way to do that is to win your first game. The Cardinals have done just that in each of the last 3 seasons, with their last opening day loss coming all the way back in 2020 against Milwaukee. The Monarchs, on the other hand, last loss on opening day in 2022 against Florida Gulf Coast. Although it's not everything, both teams know how important these out-of-conference games are. Brayden, Max, back to you.
Thanks, Roen. This is a huge game for Ball State. Old Dominion all-time 10-1 versus Sun Belt Conference opponents. Ball State 13-6 all-time, and you want to win your home opener, and this is a big one.
100%. You know, the crowd is starting to make their way into Muncie. They're hyped. These players are hyped. This is what you wait the entire offseason for. You wait to get to show, hey, it's basketball season. We're hyped up. We're ready to go. And now they have the chance. The Cardinals, the Monarchs. It all starts here. Road to March, baby.
Ball State moving left to right. In the white jerseys, the gray numbers with the red trim. Old Dominion, the powder blues, pulling off a little North Carolina style. In the white numbers and the dark blue trim. Worthen Arena is bouncing soon. The basketball will join alongside. This is women's basketball. Welcome back. It's been a while. Hoosier Hoops returns to Muncie. Fontana v. Kiefer for the tip, and it ends up in Allie Becky's hands, and Ball State will have first possession. At the left arc, pass, Richard, top of the key, over to Kiefer. Sitting at the elbow, she hands off to Becky. Back down low to Kiefer, open lane, and she gets the layup to fall. Ball State, the first points of the season, 2-0, 9:50, 9:37 to go in the first. Old Dominion now has possession. Thompson, top of the key over to Hill. She will pass to Fields. Left arc, guarded by Stuck. At the top of the key, she'll take a 3 off the rim and out. Allie Becky board, Cardinal basketball. Moves in from the right arc down to the baseline. Pass back out, and now it's in the hands of Austin. Over to Richard. Left wing, guarded by Fontana. She gets it into the corner to Stuck. Back out, straight away Kiefer. Handoff Austin. She heads in, finds an open lane, and makes the layup. 4-0. Cardinals chirping early, 9 to go in the first.
And how that worked, well, she's able to just cut her way through the paint. Scoop and score. Nice job by Lachelle Austin to score her first points as a Cardinal.
Strong start for Ball State. Fontana, 10 feet away. She passes. Buford, straightaway three. Off the rim and into the hands of Austin. Ball State basketball. She moves to the left arc. Now Kiefer straight away. Over to Becky, right wing. Double teamed in the corner, and she forces a pass off of the ankle of Fontana just to get it out of bounds and force a 20-second shot clock inbound.
The big thing I've noticed early on from Old Dominion is they've been trying to double team the Cardinals every single time. When that happens, that's going to eliminate a shooter like Allie Buckets. Someone's going to need to step up.
Between the rings, Kiefer has it. Pass to Austin, out of bounds, and the first turnover of this game is accredited to the Cardinals. Old Dominion basketball with 8:18 to go, down 4-0.
And I think that can be one of those examples we mentioned earlier, maybe some rust, teammates playing for the first time. You get one. If that happens again, that's going to be a concern.
This Cardinal team, a lot of new transfers on this squad, and that was off the hands of Austin, the Texas A&M transfer for this Cardinal team. Old Dominion basketball between the rings. Buford has it. Passes cross court to Thompson. She's in the right arc. Heads in on Stuck. Shot at the free throw stripe. Off the backboard and out. Austin board. Ball State basketball. She stands at the top of the key. Over to Stuck. Left arc. Heads in towards the baseline. Tough layup down low in the block, and she's fouled on her way up by Kelsey Thompson. First personal of this game, and the first trip to the charity stripe for the Cards, as it will be Elise Stuck. Last season, she only attempted 6 free throws, so a bit of a new landscape for her.
Well, the big thing is for Elise Stuck, hey, now's your opportunity to create some change and get your first points as a Cardinal.
First free throw down, and what a start for Ball State. 5-0, 7:48 to go in this first quarter. 3 different players have hit the board. I mean, this is what you want if you're Coach Sali.
100%, and one of the big things they've had, Cardinals have had 3 rebounds. I'm telling you, this game's going to come down to rebounds. That's why the Cardinals are up 6-0.
Second free throw down as well. A 2-for-2 trip for Stuck, and the Cards lead 6-0 on the Old Dominion end. Fields heads toward the stripe. Hill at the baseline, and she's rejected. Kickball violation on the rebound attempt, and it stays with Old Dominion. A little bit of a lucky break off of the block, and I think that was Marie Kiefer who got a hand in.
100% there. I thought it was going to be a jump ball, but the officials, they say, hey, looked like someone kicked. Like you mentioned, it was probably Kiefer. And now it's going to give Old Dominion a chance, but the thing for Old Dominion is you're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity.
Substitution for Old Dominion. Simone Cunningham checks in for Cameron Hill, the senior. Baseline inbound, near side. Into Cunningham, who just checked in, guarded by Marie Kiefer. Heads into the restriction zone, and she's rejected. Marie Kiefer, again, hands up at all times, and 15 seconds on the shot clock. Still a lot of time, but Kiefer has made her presence felt on defense.
You do not want to go one-on-one against Kiefer. She's hard to beat.
Another inbound to Cunningham. She passes out to Buford, near corner. And a pass to a wide-open Thompson in the opposite corner. Air ball on the 3 attempt, and this time the ball is out of bounds off the hands of the Monarchs. Ball State, big defensive stand, still up 6-0, 7:20 to go in the first.
This is just another example where Ball State is out-rebounding the Monarchs, giving Old Dominion no chance to get any second attempt at any of those shots.
Allie Becky. Between the rings, heads in towards the left elbow, out to Austin, straight away 3 off the rim and out. Offensive board, recover, now on the ground, Alex Richard had it, and now Old Dominion has it. Fields across the timeline, she passes top of the key, Buford, she'll take a 3 over Alex Richard, and that one is offline. Back to Ball State. Austin, quick pass to Allie Becky, deep left wing, 3, no good off the rim. Offensive board by Stuck, but it's a foul as she went over the head of Kelsey Thompson. So back to Old Dominion, a couple possessions, fast possessions between these teams, and they both come up empty.
I gotta give Elise Stuck credit. She was soaring through the air like a Cardinal.
And that's the kind of effort you want to see in game 1. 6:45 in the first. Ball State still up 6-0. Allie Becky forces a tip on the inbound. She is pleading with the official that it was out off of Old Dominion, but it stays with the Monarchs.
And you mentioned you wanted to see that energy, that intensity in game number 1. That is exactly what Ball State's been doing, fighting for every single possession.
India Buford across the Cardinal logo. She heads in towards the stripe. A bit of a lopsided pass to Simone Cunningham. Ends up nutmegging her own teammate. Ball out of bounds. Back to Ball State.
The big thing is just Old Dominion's going to have to start getting some of these shots up soon. This is not how they want to start the year.
Substitution for Ball State now, as Sydney Bolden, the junior, checks in for Elise Stuck.
It's great to see Sydney getting a lot more playing time. She was one of the last players off the bench last year, but this year as a junior, Coach Ali's been calling her number.
Allie Becky between the circles, a couple dribble moves, heads in, back out to Austin. Now, in mid-range jumper, good for Alex Richard on the near sides. 8-0, Ball State. What a run to start off this game. 6:10 left in the first quarter.
Mentioned you gotta watch out for Alex Richard. She can shoot, she's up to 3 points.
Buford tries to head in on a swarming Cardinal defense, and that's a jump ball. Tried to get a shot up, and that was Kiefer again alongside Austin, forcing a great defensive stand. It still stays with Old Dominion. Another substitution, by the way, as this time we'll see Mariah Clayton in the matchup. She's just a freshman in place of Samaru Fields. 6:03 in the first, Cardinals up 8. Old Dominion still a goose egg on the board on their end. Inbound underneath the basket coming up. It will be India Buford, the grad, making her 30th start tonight to pass it in. She gets it into Thompson, left arc, guarded by Richard. Heads into the opposite side. A little 5-foot layup off the glass and out. Another inbound here for Old Dominion, as off the hands of Allie Becky, that ball went out of bounds. Another substitution, and here comes MJ, Malia Johnson. She's in for Alex Richard.
And again, great to see a player like MJ coming in with that SEC experience.
Mariah Clayton inbound, gets it to Thompson. Left corner, guarded closely by Bolden. Opposite side, here's a shot by Clayton, no good. And it's a rebounding foul by Old Dominion, so Ball State comes up with another defensive stand. 5:48 left in the first, and it is still 8-0. Another substitution for Old Dominion. Michaela Brown, the junior center, 6'1". She'll sub in for Brenda Fontana. Allie Becky across the timeline. Guarded by India Buford. Now over to MJ. Gets it down to the elbow on the left side. Kiefer now back to Allie Becky. She hands off to Bolden, and a fumble, turnover, fast break Old Dominion. Thompson down low, goes for the layup, fouled on the way up. That will be Sydney Bolden with the infraction. And 2 free throws here for Old Dominion to try and get some points on the board.
That's one of the first real lapses I've seen from Ball State here today, and one of the first mistakes. And that's how the Monarchs are having one of their first chances to really score.
Kelsey Thompson, an 85% free throw shooter last season for South Alabama. She makes her first. And now Old Dominion's on the board, 8-1. And checking in for Ball State is Tessa Towers, the 6'5" center, brand new to this team. Coach Salih said her size is unmatched in the MAC. Second free throw good, and Ball State still up though, 8-2, but Old Dominion on the board with 5:27 to go.
Excited to see what a player like Tessa Towers can bring. She didn't get all the playing time she wanted at Wisconsin, but she brings a lot of size, and I don't want to be in a one-on-one matchup against her.
Michelle Austin, left wing. She passes to Bolden right behind her. Now Allie Becky straight away. Back to Austin. Pump fake in the left arc. Heads inside. Layup, air ball. Gets her own board, and on the opposite send it and one. Moving around the block and gets a tough layup. An opportunity for a +1.
Tell you what, Lachelle Austin has really impressed me here today. Yes, it's early. Yes, it's her first game, but she seems to be a shot creator, and that is something that Ball State needs.
She's up to 2 points in this one for Ball State. Zuri Ransom checking in for Allie Becky, another Cardinal hitting the bench. And another freshman in this game. And one not converted, and Old Dominion with the board. It's Michaela Brown gathering it. Quick across the other side, Thompson left wing. Guarded by Sydney Bolden. She gets it to Brown. Top of the key. Hand off to Thompson, and it's a double dribble. Another turnover for Old Dominion, and this time it'll warrant a timeout, although I believe that might be a media timeout with 4:57 to go in the first. Ball State up 10-2.
Fans with the coverage we need as well. 50% off regular price any size.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
Welcome back to the action. 4:57 left in the first quarter. Ball State chirping 10-2 over Old Dominion. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. And Max, we talked about it in the pregame. This is an Old Dominion team with a lot of history in their program. And for more on that, we send that to our sideline reporter, Roen Elbert.
Thanks, guys. As you all listen to tonight's matchup, you may not realize that there was a window of time where women's college basketball ran through Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion was a powerhouse in the 1980s under head coach Mary Ann Stanley. The Monarchs won back-to-back AIAW national championships, and this tournament was the predecessor to the NCAA tournament that the Monarchs would win in 1985. 12 Sweet 16 appearances and 3 Final Fours later, and Old Dominion has established a rich history as they hope to kick off their next chapter with a win tonight. Back to you guys.
Roen, I can't believe that. What a history in Old Dominion. You wouldn't expect it from a Sun Belt team, but how about that? 12 Sweet 16s, 3 national championships, 1 in the NCAA tournament against Tennessee in the title game. I mean, what a rich history in Norfolk, Virginia.
Pretty cool that Ball State gets to play such a historic team. You know, they've played big names like Notre Dame and UConn in the past, but it's always cool when you get to see some of these teams that may not be known for their history, but have definitely given a lot to really the sport of women's basketball in particular, because people have been talking about there's been a current rise in popularity in women's basketball. Great that we can get to highlight some of those old trailblazers who helped get us to where we are right now.
And Max, this has been a rough start for Old Dominion. 0 of 10 from the field. What do they need to change early in this game to get on the right foot?
Well, the big thing that they're going to need to do is they're going to need to get those rebounds. And I mean, yes, they've had 6 rebounds, but the big thing is they haven't been getting any really offensive boards. They haven't been converting into points. They've been turning the ball over as well. It just feels like for Old Dominion, they've been attached too slow, so hopefully coming out of this break, they can get fired up.
And out of the break, Ball State has it. Moving left to right, Zuri Ransom at the top of the key. Follows the Tessa Towers screen and over to Bolden. Now MJ top of the key, down low. Towers corrals a high pass and a travel as she was stuck on a pivot foot. Double teamed down in the low block. Old Dominion forces the turnover.
This is another example where Old Dominion focusing on that double team, trying to trip up the Cardinals. Ends up working out in the favor of the Monarchs.
4:36 left to go in the first quarter. Ball State still up 10-2 as India Buford takes it across the stripe for the Monarchs. Samaru Fields, left elbow. She's double teamed and passes it out to Michaela Brown. Right arc, she gives. Clayton heads inside towards the middle, guarded by Bolden. Pass to Cunningham, in and out of the hands, and Bolden takes it across for Ball State. A fast break, heads in towards the baseline, and forced to go back out to the corner. On the near side, pass to Austin. At the Cardinal logo, 17 seconds on the shot clock. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pass, MJ, top of the key. Out, Bolden, she'll take a right arc three, no good. An air ball out of bounds, and that is not how Coach Sali and this squad would have wanted that possession to go.
Cardinals are lucky that they have a big 8-point lead right now, which can shrink rather quickly. But the big thing is, coming out of this timeout, Cardinals need to have that sense of urgency, need to improve.
Samaru Fields in for Mariah Clayton. Old Dominion with the basketball. Buford, top of the key, pass to Fields. Over to Thompson, down low. Brown corrals it in the restricted zone. Give to Cunningham, and she gets the layup to go. The first field goal for Old Dominion, and it's 10-4, Ball State, 3:27 to go. On the other end, Zuri Ransom, the freshman, pass to Austin. Left wing, heads inside. Forced on a pivot foot, and a nice move to get a shot up, but she doesn't touch rim, only glass, and a foul on the rebound as Old Dominion had it at first, but a foul to get there. And a check in here for Old Dominion. Ball State about to get possession. Mariah Clayton back in the game for Kelsey Thompson. Baseline inbound for Ball State, 18 to go on the shot clock. Inbound Tessa Towers, she immediately takes a jumper in the paint and offline. Old Dominion has it. Quick across the other side, Fields with it. Pass to Buford, she takes a deep three straight away and in. 10-7, it is a one-possession lead for Ball State.
Coming out of that break, Monarchs fired up, 5-0 run.
And a whistle has some substitutions coming in, a mass wave for Ball State. Tessa Towers, MJ, Zuri Ransom, looking at the wrong 23, two 23s between these two teams. And Lachelle Alston out, Allie Becky, Elise Stuck, Marie Kiefer, and Alex Richard in. Inbound to Elise Stuck, between the rings. Marie Kiefer, she heaves one to Bolden, who heaves in kind, down low to Alex Richard. Now to Marie Kiefer, and the pass intercepted by Simone Cunningham. So Old Dominion, they're starting to get rolling now. Let's see if they can convert. Buford, top of the key, guarded by Richard, heads in. And a great double team. Sydney Bolden crashing in a fast break. Pass to Alex Richard, down low. Tough layup, gets it. 12-7, Ball State back to a two-possession lead. Quick on the other end, Old Dominion has it with 2:23 to go in the first quarter. Top of the key, deep three by Fields, yes! And that silences this Worthen crowd. 12-10, 2:14 in the first, back to a one-possession affair. And on the other end, a pass almost jumped by Samaru Fields between Becky and Bolden. It still ends up Cardinal possession. Substitution here for Old Dominion. Nisa Muhammad, just a freshman, checking in for India Buford. Allie Becky, near side inbound along the line. Marie Kiefer has it top of the key. Give to Stuck, she heaves one down low to Alex Richard, and she gets some contact on a tough layup attempt. So Alex Richard, a 74% free throw shooter last year, she'll head to the line to try and make this a two-possession game.
It's great seeing Alex Richard back here. She sat out for a little bit, but big thing is she's one of those players, like we mentioned, you don't really want to foul her, shooting over 70%.
And she is tough down in the block. 6'1", a senior. She knows what to do when she has the ball in her hands, and you can't leave her any space in that restricted zone as first free throw falls. 2:03 in this first quarter. Misses that second free throw, but an offensive board by Elise Stuck. She passes cross court to Bolden, intercepted in the air. Old Dominion basketball. On the other end, quick shot, Mariah Clayton down low, she gets it. 13-12, 1-point game with 1:47 to go in the first. Allie Becky has it for Ball State. Top of the key. Couple dribble moves and a pass out to Bolden in the right corner. Back out to Becky, and it's a foul off ball on Ball State, so Old Dominion gets possession and an opportunity to take the lead. Couple more substitutions for Ball State also. Sydney Bolden out, Lachelle Austin in. And for Old Dominion, Michaela Brown is out, and Cameron Hill is back into this game.
One of the reasons why Ball State up to only 1 point, up to 7 turnovers.
That will do you a lot of damage, and a missed wide open layup by Samaru Fields. Ball State on the fast break. Lachelle Austin heads in, and she misses her layup with defense crashing in. Old Dominion basketball. Samaru Fields, right wing on the other side. 18 seconds on the shot clock, a minute to go in this first quarter. It has been high-powered. And another turnover. Alex Richard intercepts the pass to Cunningham. Allie Becky. Pass to Austin between the rings. She gives Alex Richard, right wing. Fakes the pass down low, out to Allie Becky. Straight away three with defense surrounded. Doesn't matter. 3 ball, Allie buckets. 40 seconds left in the first. Cards lead 16-12. Other end, Samaru Fields. Now over to Muhammad. Signals her play at the Cardinal logo. Still signaling to her teammates. And an off-ball foul by Old Dominion. Or perhaps a carry by Nisa Muhammad, just a freshman on this Monarch team, mind you. 22 seconds left. Cards are going to get the last possession, up 16-12 in the first.
That's, I think, exactly what Coach Sally wanted to do. Cardinals were struggling for just a little bit, and they want to come into their first quarter break with a lot of momentum.
Elise Stuck. Top of the key, 7 seconds on the clock. Pass to Austin. She doesn't take it, heads in toward the baseline. Tough layup, no good. 1 second to go, and the game will end in a, the quarter will end in a scrum. We're not that deep into this game yet, but boy, oh boy, has this been exciting through 1 quarter. 16-12, Ball State leads over Old Dominion. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Indiana's top sports media school in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Welcome back to Worthen. 1 quarter down, 3 to go, and Ball State leads 16-12 over the visiting Old Dominion Monarchs of the Sun Belt Conference. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside Roen Elbert, working the board, working sideline, working host, doing it all today. This has been a great matchup so far. High-powered on both ends, a lot of turnovers between these teams, 13 in total, but it's the Cards who jumped out to that early lead and still hanging on to it.
I think that's the reason why the Cardinals are leading, is it really felt like Old Dominion, up to a slow start, they had been struggling. Maybe they were just rusty to start this year off, but the big thing is, it's now only down to 4 points, and one of the reasons why was both these teams have been having turnovers. Ball State has 7, Old Dominion has 6. They seem to be getting rebounds, 10 and 11 respectively. But the big thing is Cardinals got 7 points off of turnovers. That's extremely helpful. You take advantage of those mistakes. And that's one of the reasons why the Cardinals have continued to have success, is they're a team that takes advantage when mistakes are made.
And I don't know about you, Max, but I'm waiting for somebody to jump out and start a run between these two teams. On both sides, 5 different scorers in this game. The leading scorer for both teams, Alex Richard, she only has 5 points. It's been well balanced between these two teams, but somebody's got to get their team ignited, getting going. This is a close game, and you need something to spark.
100%. And the big thing is, you have a player like Ali Becky. She only has 3 points here today off of a 3-pointer, but she's had an assist. She's had some steals. She's been very helpful for this Cardinals team in creating some opportunities for other Cardinals.
This is a Ball State team shooting 42% so far in this game. Pretty close to their mark last year, 44% on the season. That was a mark, by the way, 44th in D1, the highest field goal percentage in the MAC as well. Ball State starting off this second quarter, moving left to right. Ali Becky, top of the key, pass to Austin in the left wing. She follows a Richard screen, pass over Stuck. She'll take a 3 in the right wing, and another air ball for Ball State. Defensive board, Old Dominion has it. Fields across the stripe, she heads to the free throw stripe, and now Buford has it at the left corner. She heads in off of Kiefer, layup off the glass, no good, and Kiefer gets the board for the Cards. Ali Becky sets the offense, hanging around the top of the arc. Pass Stuck, off foot, now Richard with it at the right elbow. Heads in, tight defense from Cunningham, draws a foul. So Alex Richard, once again, heads to the charity stripe for 2.
And the big thing is, you mentioned that Alex Richard had been successful. She's currently 1 for 2 tonight from beyond the charity stripe. But the big thing is, she was someone who we saw have to take a lot of free throws last year. She was very successful. And today she's been very successful. Current leading scorer for the Cardinals.
First free throw good, extends this lead to 5. Substitution for Old Dominion as Kelsey Thompson, the junior guard, checks in for Simone Cunningham. Second free throw down as well, and the score is 18-12. Cardinals up with 9:20 to go in the second quarter. Outlet pass down low to Cameron Hill, and that's some quick offense by Old Dominion as she gets the layup. 18-14, Ball State leads. 9 to go in the second quarter. Ali Becky, tight defense from India Buford. Pass to Kiefer, now over to Austin in the left wing. Double teamed, Richard open. She'll elect to pass down low to Kiefer on the left block. Layup off the rim and out, but an offensive board. Elise Stuck playing some great off-ball rebounding play, but now it's Old Dominion ball with a turnover off of the hands of Richard. Quick 3 ball. Mariah Clayton, the freshman, she gets that one to go. And actually, they'll call it a 2, 18-16, one-possession game with 8:32 left in the first half. Austin, right wing, guarded by Fields. Pass to Becky, same spot. She gets it out to Austin, and it's stolen by Mariah Clayton. She heads in and misses the fast break layup. Scramble for the rebound, and she gets her own board. Old Dominion resets, 15 on the shot clock. India Buford heads inside, acrobatic layup no good, and Alex Richard gets the board, but a jump ball forced by Buford. And possession is in the hands of, I believe Ball State. No, Old Dominion. There was a bit of a scramble, a bit of a question as to whose possession it was, but with 8 minutes to go in the first half, it will be Old Dominion basketball. Baseline inbound. And off the feet of Thompson, out of bounds. A turnover, a missed opportunity to tie this game up. Back to the hands of Ball State.
Big thing now with Ball State, this being a single possession game. Got to take advantage of that miss, and now Ball State's going to have to make some of these shots. It's early in the game, but now's the time to avoid mistakes.
Marie Kiefer, straight away, pass to Stuck, left arc. She heads in and pass back out to Austin. 10 to go on the shot clock. Richard, top of the key. Pass to Stuck, left wing. She tries to head to the baseline. Tight defense. Ali Becky, a deep 3 off the back of the iron. No good, but an offensive board by Kiefer. Now down low, Richard spins around in an easy layup over Samaru Fields. 2016 Ball State leads, 7:20 left to go in the second.
9 points, Brave on Indiana's own. Alex Richard, heck of a day so far.
And she might be that player that's starting to step up in this game. Buford pass to Thompson. She heads inside. Tough layup, no good. Rebound, Kiefer, Ball State basketball. But another jump ball, possession arrow, Ball State. So, crisis averted. Cardinals end up with it. And a little bit of substituting on both sides. Malia Johnson is in for Alex Richard. And Brenda Fontana checks into the game for Mariah Clayton. Another last-minute substitution as we see another Ball State freshman in, Grace Kingery. She's in for Elise Stuck.
Big thing to watch out for Monarchs fans with Fontana. She does have 2 fouls. That's why she was, even though she was a starter, she was quickly taken to the bench.
Marie Kiefer passes to Ali Becky. Right wing, heads inside, open lane, but the ball tipped out of bounds by Samaru Fields. A last-minute evasion of what would have been an easy layup. Baseline inbound for the Cards. 15 on the shot clock. 2016 Ball State 2-possession lead, 6:51 to go in the second quarter. Inbound to Kiefer, and she inadvertently elbows an Old Dominion Monarch. Looking to get a number here, and that's Cameron Hill, and understandably so. She is heated with what just occurred, and a timeout here to hopefully end some heated discussion between these teams. Coach Salih is in the face of an official, not happy with that foul call. And that's just a tough situation. But at the end of the day, I mean, Samaru Fields took an elbow to the face. That's got to be worth a foul of some sort.
100%. Looks like our officials will probably be reviewing it. The big thing right now, though, was for Cameron Hill trying to defend her teammate. Started showing some frustration. Got to keep your emotions in check. I understand it's your teammate, but big thing is trainers having a look at Samaru, and it's not how you want to see the season start at all. So she came up on her own power, which was good, and Coach Sally still having a conversation with our officials, but definitely making it an interesting way to start the year.
And you mentioned that there's a review going on. I believe that's for a flagrant foul, maybe a technical foul.
I mean, the big thing is in this era of college, who's a good thing. People may be frustrated if you're Cardinals fans that there's the foul there, but when it's at the head, you got to make sure that's not a concussion. Got to make sure that's not a dangerous play.
And Coach Ali was arguing that there was no chance to avoid Samaru Fields, arguing that she was wrapped around. But
that's what it looked like from our POV. It looked like it was just a unavoidable contact. Basketball play just happened to get right at the head.
It did, but when you move your elbow in such a forceful manner up towards the head, I mean, it seems like that's worth a technical just based off of the aggression of that movement alone.
Yeah, I can understand. There's a reason why they don't let me be an official.
And we're going to take it to our sideline reporter, Roen Elbert, who's got a hit for us here in the Hayes.
Guys, if Old Dominion wants to be towards the upper echelon of the Sun Belt, a lot of that will be on the shoulders of graduate student India Buford. Buford's journey to Old Dominion is one that is a little bit less traditional. In high school, Buford was a 4-star recruit who won 3 state championships at Olive Branch High School and won Miss Basketball for the state of Mississippi. She committed to play at the University of Memphis, where she played a combined 18 games in her first 2 seasons. This led her going the JUCO route and transferring to Jones College, where she spent the next 2 seasons. She made first-team all-conference, which led her back to the D1 level at Old Dominion last season. She was a perfect fit with last year's Monarch team, as she made All-Sun Belt 3rd team, as she led the team in points and averaged 2 steals per game. She now returns as a graduate student with one last chance at obtaining hardware. Brayden, Max, back to you.
Thanks, Roen, and we have an update now on what transpired. So it is a technical foul on the Cardinals. So India Buford is going to be the Monarch here, taking 2 free throws. That is a tough situation for Ball State. You're up 4, and now basically a free opportunity for Old Dominion to make it a 1-possession game.
Big thing is this is going to be the start of some high emotions. Got to keep everyone calm.
Worthen Arena getting loud, trying to force some key misses here. First free throw falls without an issue for India Buford, a 77% shooter last season for this Old Dominion team, one of the few returners for Old Dominion from last year. Second free throw no good, and it's still a 1-possession game though. 2017, Ball State leads, 6:51 left in the second quarter. And a substitution for Ball State as MJ Malia Johnson checks into this matchup for Marie Kiefer. Old Dominion basketball off of the technical free throws. It's Buford, top of the key. Follows a Fontana screen, stuck is right there. Pass to Hill, right corner, heads inside. Outlet pass back out to Fields. She heads in. Great floater by Samaru Fields down in the paint. 2019, Ball State still the lead, but it's shrunken down to 1. Allie Becky, left wing. She passes to MJ, top of the key. Over to Stuck, down low. Allie Becky's wide open, and that's a layup she'll make every time. 22-19, Ball State leads, 6:10 to go in the first half. India Buford between the rings. Watching Milton Jones. Coach Milton Jones signals carefully. Sets up the play. Fontana over to Thompson, left corner. Back to Fontana. She heads in toward the charity stripe and out to Buford. She'll take a deep 3 at the right corner, right wing, and out. Allie Becky outlet pass, and that one's intercepted in midair by India Buford, making up for her miss. Back to Old Dominion it goes. Fontana heads in, and that's a steal forced by Allie Becky. So back to Ball State. Some quick defensive shutouts. Top of the key. Pass to Elise Stuck, and she's wide open in the paint. She won't miss that one either. 24-19, the Cardinals making some offensive beauties happen. Samaru Fields, deep in their left wing. Heads in toward the charity stripe. Pass out Buford. Left arc, follows a Hill screen. Heads inside, layup, good. Took its time to head in through the rim, but it's 24-21. Cards lead by 1 possession, 5 to go in the second quarter. Allie Becky follows an Austin screen. She'll take a 3 in the right wing. No good, off the side of the iron, and Old Dominion has it. Pass, Fontana. And she is called for a travel. Just outside of the restricted zone, trying by any means necessary to get an open bucket. No chance, Ball State basketball. Couple substitutions for Old Dominion. Simone Cunningham checks into the game for Brenda Fontana. And India Buford is out. It is Soraya Stupinyan in the game. And a quick whistle and a travel by Ball State, so right back into the hands of Old Dominion, and Coach Sali still unpleased with these officials, clearly not happy with that call.
No, he's not going to be happy, but the big thing is for Ball State, gotta avoid letting the Monarchs get this basket in a close ball game.
Estupinian, a senior guard on this Old Dominion team between the rings, guarded by Lachelle Austin. She passes to Hill. She'll take a mid-range dumper. 12 feet away, no good. Rebound, Ball State. Allie Becky across the timeline, guarded by Fields. Pass, Austin. Right wing, down low. MJ spinning around, defense. Hill tight with her, but not enough to stop Malia Johnson. 26-21, Ball State leads, 4 to go in the second quarter. Samaru Fields, top of the key, guarded by Allie Becky. She heads in, and a double dribble. A lot of key turnovers, key mistakes between both teams. Ball State on the lucky side of that one.
And those turnovers just probably still coming off of getting used to the start of this new season, but they're going to have to clean that up in the second half. Both these teams will.
Substitution for Ball State. It's freshman in for freshman as Zuri Ransom checks in for Grace Kingery. 3:50 to go in the second quarter. Cardinals up 26-21. Allie Becky, top of the key. She heads in towards the baseline. Pass out. Ransom. Pass to Stuck tip, but still gets to it. Austin, top of the key. Couple dribble moves. Heads in toward the stripe. Falls to her ground and corralled by MJ. She takes a layup over the head of Estupinian. 28-21. Ball State off to a bit of a run here with 3:23 to go in the second quarter.
Back-to-back points by MJ Johnson. Gotta be happy about that if you're a Cardinals fan.
Estupinian, left wing. Pass. Thompson, three ball. Straight away, no good. And a rebounding foul by Simone Cunningham will make it Ball State basketball with 3:09 to go in this second quarter. This has been fast-paced.
It has been a fast-paced, and got to give MJ Johnson credit. She was hyped up after that call.
So Ball State with a 7-point lead, a chance to extend. And on the bench, Michaela Brown is getting ready to sub in for Old Dominion on the next break. For now, Allie Becky between the rings. Follows an MJ screen, now double team, maybe not how that should have turned out for Ball State, but bailed out by a defensive foul. Likely a reach in on, I believe, India Buford. Substitution made for Old Dominion as Simone Cunningham hits the bench. And Michaela Brown, the 6'1" center, checks in. 2:56 to go in the first half. Ball State up 28-21. A 7-point lead, close to that 8-0 lead that they started the game off with. Allie Becky, top of the key. Maintains possession despite a steal attempt by Buford. Pass, Austin, straight away. Dribble move, looking to find a shot. She does, and she hits. Michelle Austin. 31-21. Ball State leads with 2:30 in the second quarter. Estupinian, pass, Buford, left corner three. She can't connect, and Allie Becky gets the board. Cardinals chirping late in the second quarter. Elise Stuck, left wing. Pass to Allie Becky, top of the key. She gives to Clayton, the freshman. Down low, Allie Becky, great ball movement, and almost an and one. Man, I would have gotten really excited for that one, Max.
That would have gotten this great crowd at Worthen Arena excited after that one. Looked like it was going to be and one, and unfortunately, not what the Cardinals may have been looking for.
And a timeout here by Old Dominion. 31-21, Ball State leads. Coming up will be some free throws for the Cardinals. We'll take a break here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. 2:13 left to go in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
Welcome back to the action. Allie Becky shooting 2 free throws, makes the first, so the Cardinals up 32-21 with 2:13 left to go in the second quarter. I'm Brayden Carroll, Gillie alongside Roen Elbert, your sideline reporter, host, working the board as well. 2-for-2 trip for Allie Becky, so the lead is extended to 12. Old Dominion basketball. Some full court defense here by Ball State. We saw this a bit against IU Kokomo, seeing it once again here against a D1 opponent. Samaru Fields, left wing, and she is stolen Fast break, Ball State, Lachelle Austin down low, and her layup goes in transition. 35-21. Old Dominion moving quick on the other end as well. Samara Fields with it. Pump fake, pass out Thompson. She'll head in on the left side and almost got a shot up, but instead it's a foul and actually travel. So turnover, scrap that possession for Old Dominion, Ball State ball.
And earlier in this game, you know, it was a single possession game. Now it's down to a 14-point Cardinal lead. Things have really changed for Old Dominion. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes.
Mariah Clayton looking to score for Ball State, and she does with a foul. Mariah Clayton making her presence felt as a freshman nonetheless. 16-point lead for Ball State and a chance to extend. Sydney Bolden checks in for Lachelle Austin, and it is all Ball State right now.
And I gotta give credit to Lachelle Austin coming on the bench. She has 9 points here today. She's been very impressive.
That was Zuri Ransom correction with that shot, and she misses the free throw. India Buford on the other side for Old Dominion. Pass to Fields. She'll take a deep right wing three. Rainbow shot, no good. Offensive board corralled by Michaela Brown, and she misses her shot. Ball State on the other end. 60 seconds to go in the second quarter. Sydney Bolden. Right wing, she bounce passes. And down low, Allie Becky. How about that connection? So Ransom had it top of the key, and a beautiful feed down low to Allie Becky ends up in a layup. 39-21. Ball State really extending their lead with 40 to go in this half. India Buford, left wing, follows a Hill screen, now on the opposite side. And she follows Michaela Brown's screen, feeds Fields, right wing, heads into the mid-range. Now in the hands of Hill, tough layup good. And boy, did Old Dominion need that in what will likely be their last possession of this half.
And it had been a long run, scoreless drought finally over for Old Dominion.
10 seconds to go, Ball State up 39-23 in the hands of Allie Becky, guarded by Fields. Follows an Alex Richards screen. 3 seconds, finds a wide open Zuri Ransom for three, no good. Off the back of the iron, and that is how the first half will end. And that may have been a disappointing end for Ball State, but all in all, the first 20 minutes, far from it. 39-23, the Cardinals lead over Old Dominion here at the halftime break. After this, we will go to Roen, Elbert, and MAC-SBC for the halftime show. 15 minutes from now until the second half. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pregame Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pregame Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
We are back for the halftime report live from Worthen Arena. The Ball State Cardinals currently hosting the Old Dominion Monarchs. Our current score, Ball State 39, Old Dominion 23. I'm Roen, Elbert, joined by Maxwell Gillie. And Max, so far we saw a pretty dominant back half of the second quarter for Ball State. At one point, it was a 2-point game in the second quarter, but a late run from the Cardinals gave them this huge lead that we see right now. Max, what is your biggest takeaway from the first half?
My biggest takeaway is the importance of getting those rebounds, and especially the points off of turnovers. You know, Ball State has come in here. They have got 17 points off of turnovers. That's 3 opportunities that are being given away to the Cardinals, and they are taking advantage. And that's kind of the opposite of what was happening for Old Dominion. I mean, they went on like a nearly 3.5, 4 minutes long scoring run, which is the scoreless drought for Old Dominion. It was a scoring run for Ball State. That's not how you win a game, is going on a long drought like that. So definitely a lot to talk about for Old Dominion. They've had some good things, but got to really increase that shooting. They're only 30% from the field versus Ball State being 54%.
Yeah, and so far in this game for the Cardinals, no players in double digits yet, but 3 players are tied with 9 points. Allie, Becky, and then you got Austin and Richard, both with 9 points. For you, on both sides of the spectrum, who has stood out to you the most?
So for Ball State, it really, if you want to look at Ball State, at first there's Alex Richard, but man, I have been impressed by Michelle Austin. Yes, Becky also has 9 points, but Michelle Austin, she's got the 4 rebounds, she's got the 9 points, she got a steal on the block as well. And for her first game with Ball State, she's been playing really well, which is definitely good. But I had to look for Old Dominion, someone who's been playing well. I mean, you look at the stats, Buford has 6 points, but she also has 3 fouls, which is a problem. So overall, that's the issue. Your best player isn't getting close to foul trouble. That's something that Old Dominion's going to want to do. They give these mistakes, Ball State capitalizes. So for Old Dominion, they just got to be playing a little better and a little more conservative.
You know, and that's the funny thing, because in the pregame, we were talking about the potential for opening game jitters, and for Michelle Austin, that's been non-existent. That word probably isn't even in her vocabulary at this point. And I do want to talk about Allie Becky. 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 9 points, but she only had 3 points in that first quarter. We did see Ball State get off to an early 8-0 run. Max, how do you think Ball State was able to just get right to it in the first quarter without Becky contributing in the scoring side of things?
Well, she may not have been scoring, but what Becky was doing was she was creating those passes that eventually would lead to scoring. So she just, she didn't need to be the scorer. She was getting double teamed. And the Cardinals realized, hey, one of their best players was getting double teamed. They adapted. And that is something that is a real positive. That throughout the season when adversity is met. Because if you remember, there was the technical foul from Reed Kiefer. Ball State was mad. And what did they do? They showed how mad they were, and they put up 16 more points than their opponents.
So are you saying that that technical foul was a big momentum booster for this Ball State team?
As crazy as it sounds, I think it did. I think it made this Cardinals team mad. It made them frustrated, and they wanted to take out their anger on someone, and it ends up being Old Dominion.
And that'll take us to our first break of the halftime period. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
You.
Trivia night at Brothers and Tater Tots and Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
We are back from Worthen Arena, where the Ball State Cardinals currently lead the Old Dominion Monarchs 39-23 at the halftime break. I'm Roen, Elbert, joined by Maxwell Gillie. And to just continue where we were in our halftime discussion, there was one thing I really noticed with Ball State that caught my eye. Almost from the jump in the first quarter, they were going with that full court press. We saw that in the IU Kokomo exhibition game. Max, why do you think they went to that early?
Well, here's the thing. They wanted to make sure that they have a good offense, but they knew they had to immediately get back on defense. And that's really been successful for the Cardinals over the years, especially here today, to where, I mean, it leaves Old Dominion no opportunities to score. They get scored on, and immediately Ball State's already back on defense.
And going to the turnover battle, Old Dominion 12 turnovers right now, Ball State with 11. You know, there was an old quote I heard the other day. It was really interesting. It was from former NBA Coach of the Year, Frank Vogel. He said that the team that turns the ball over 12 times first usually ends up losing the game. Old Dominion 12 turnovers, Ball State 11. Pretty even in the turnover battle. Just how important is it for both teams to not play as sloppy in the second half?
Well, I mean, it seems simple, but you just are giving your opponent free opportunities. Either you're giving them another chance to shoot, or worse, you're giving them another chance to score. So just got to clean it up. I know it's early in the year, but hey, this is halftime. No more excuses for rust, no more excuses for bad play. Season's here, season's live. Can't be making any mistakes now, because if you continue to make mistakes early in the year, hey, you're going to keep dealing with that all year long.
Yeah, Old Dominion in this game, they are shooting 9 for 30. That's about 30% on the day. And last year, Old Dominion's shooting splits just weren't great either. As a team for the entire season, they shot 37% from field goal range. And then for three, 28%, 63% from the charity stripe. Max, do you think the poor shooting performances from last year are starting to carry on in the first game, or is that just too much of an overreaction?
I really think that's just a bit of an overreaction. I think this just comes down to new faces and new places, having to get used to the Old Dominion style of offense. If a stat like that continues, then I'd be afraid. But first game of the year, not as worried. I think that it needs to be cleaned up for sure, but it's not going to worry me if I'm a Monarchs fan.
But how much do you attribute those shot totals to the Ball State defense? Because, I mean, on the perimeter side of things, there have been some great defensive performances from Allie Becky, for one. Also, MJ Johnson, the former Texas A&M Aggie. How much of this do you attribute to Ball State's shot defense?
I really think it comes down to Ball State's shot defense, which has been pretty good so far. And it's one of the reasons why the Cardinals were able to go on that 19-4 run. Was they were having great shot defense, they were taking advantage of those turnovers, and they were making it felt like impossible for Old Dominion to even get any shots.
And now for the second half, as we're getting close to that mark, what is your biggest key for Old Dominion as they're down by 16 right now to get back into this ball game?
Well, for Old Dominion, I think you gotta avoid those turnovers and get more rebounds. Specifically, gotta get those offensive boards. Ball State's been able to get 15 defensive rebounds. That's 15 opportunities you had for another layup that Ball State took away from you.
And that'll take us into our final break of the halftime. We'll be right back with second half action. I'm excited. Max, I know you are. I was watching you the whole game. You're just on the edge of your seat. I was shocked that you didn't just stand up and go crazy. But nonetheless, that'll take us into the second half. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
From trivia night at Brothers and tater tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome back to Worthen. We're about 90 seconds away from the start of the second half, and Ball State leads 39-23. I'm Brayden, Carroll, Max, Gillie, Roen, Elbert, sideline reporter working the board as well. You know, they always say with election night tomorrow, don't trust the polls, right? Well, in basketball, you shouldn't trust the predictions. Max, I predicted heading into this one, we were walking up to the booth. I said this would be a close game, and right now, Ball State is chirping their way to what could be an outstanding big win.
100%, and one of the reasons why I mentioned during the halftime break, winning the turnover battle were the Cardinals. And people, when they watch basketball and they are always talking about giving their predictions, they always want to give fancy reasons why. I really think with this sport, it comes down to just simple. You got to outscore your opponents. You got to get those rebounds and got to avoid those turnovers and giving away free opportunities. And that's something Ball State has done.
You know, Max, in America, everybody's worried about the wrong red and blue. You know what red and blue I'm worried about tonight? I'm worried about the red Cardinals and the blue Monarchs. And I promise that's the last election night joke I have tonight. That's all I have.
I think everyone appreciates that. Good job.
I think people are throwing tomatoes at their radios right now.
That's right. It's him, not me. It's him.
This should be a fun second half if what we saw in the first half continues. I mean, a fast, high-powered offense. And, you know, some people might not like the defensive affairs with all the turnovers and the steals, but I like it. Personally, I do, and I hope that this continues. This has been fun, Max.
It is a great way to start the season. I know for the Cardinals, they started the year off last year with field trip day here at Worthen. May not be 4,000 screaming children fun for some people, but I can tell you that this is a great way to start the year.
Awesome. Awesome way, and for Ball State, up 16 against a three-time national champion, that's a pretty fun way to start things off. It'll be Old Dominion with possession moving left to right, wearing the powder blues against the Cards and the whites. India Buford, right wing, guarded by Lachelle Austin. She passes to Fontana. In the corner, a three, no good by Kelsey Thompson. Offensive board by Buford, and she connects. 39-25, Old Dominion starts the scoring in the second half. Allie Becky at the Cardinal logo. She's guarded by the grad, India Buford, off-ball whistle, and a foul on Kelsey Thompson down low in the block. A little too much contact with Elise Stuck.
And for Kelsey Thompson, that's going to be her first foul of this ball game. South Alabama transfer.
Allie Becky, right corner three, no good. Rebound, Kelsey Thompson, Old Dominion basketball. Buford, quick across the timeline. She feeds in the corner. Fields, who barely corrals it before stepping out. Kelsey Thompson down low, misses the layup, and now it's Ball State basketball. Lachelle Austin, left wing three, off the back of the iron, no good. Offensive board, Allie Becky playing the tip drill and getting possession. Marie Kiefer, top of the key, pass to Austin. Right arc, finds a wide open baseline, and she'll head to the basket, but not before being fouled on the way up. We'll see if they count that as a shooting foul or not. It was pretty close. They will not. Allie Becky will take an inbound down low. Substitution here for Old Dominion as Cameron Hill, the grad guard, is in for Kelsey Thompson.
Well, that was her second foul in a row. She had to get subbed out.
Alex Richard can't connect on the inbound play. Old Dominion quick across the timeline. Samaru Fields, pass to Buford. She gets it out. A mid-range jumper along the baseline, good by Mariah Clayton. That's her first basket of the game, and Old Dominion, 4 points so far in this third quarter. 8:42 to go, down 39-27.
The reason why they've been coming out is they're coming out with a whole lot of speed.
And Allie Becky shows some speed down there, heading into the low block and getting a layup uncontested. 41-27, Ball State leads, 8:26 to go in this third quarter. India Buford at the Cardinal logo. Worthen Arena getting loud, a 14-point game. Heads in towards the block, rejected by Becky, but they will count it as a foul. Coach Salih quite literally beside himself on the far sideline. His quarrels rejected, 2 free throws for India Buford.
And I can tell you as a shooter, that is so frustrating where you think you got a clean foul, looks like a clean play, officials chose otherwise. Again, they have the better view.
You know, Coach Salih, he almost looks in defeat of that. He hasn't really been happy with the officiating today, and you can just see it. Cardinal fans getting loud, but not enough to get in the head of the grad, India Buford. She makes the first free throw. Second on the way up, Worthen giving her money's worth, and she silences the crowd. 2 free throws, 41-29, Ball State leads. 8:14 left in this third quarter. Lachelle Austin across the half-court stripe, guarded by Buford. Pass to Becky, left wing, deep three. Off the front of the iron, can't connect. Old Dominion basketball. Clayton quick across the timeline. She resets and passes to Brown. Down low, Hill, she'll take a jumper about 7 feet away, no good along the baseline, Ball State ball. Allie Becky. At the mid-range, pass to Austin straight away. Marie Kiefer, left wing, bounce pass down to Richard. She'll take one along the block, no good, rebound, Old Dominion. That one's corralled again by Mariah Clayton. Straight away, pass Fontana. She heads in off the right side, rejected by Kiefer down low. What is that, block number 3 for number 14? She is stepping up on the defensive end.
There's a reason why it's always a block party with Marie Kiefer. She has 143 career blocks, 9 away from first all time.
And make that 6 away with her performance so far. She is really stepping up. Fontana quickly changes the pace and makes it a 10-point game, a layup down low, uncontested. 7:16 to go in this third quarter as Ball State has it. Marie Kiefer, she'll pass to Austin on a whistle, a foul on Old Dominion, a push. That one's on India Buford. Substitution here for Old Dominion as Kelsey Thompson checks in for India Buford. Ball State inbound on the far side. Allie Becky, top of the key. She'll pass to Kiefer. Laser down low to Elise Stuck, and she finishes the play. 43-31, 7 to go in the third quarter. This is what you want to see from Ball State. Cameron Hill. And she is fouled, tripped on the way up. Actually, it's a travel. Before they can call a foul, she trips up, and it will be Ball State basketball with 6:56 left to go in the third quarter. 43 31, Cardinals lead. Elise Stuck, top of the key, pass to Austin. She's at the Cardinal logo with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Allie Becky, right wing, follows a Richard screen. Pass cross court, Stuck in the left corner. Pass to Austin. Spins around the free throw line, takes a mid-range jumper, and offline it goes. Rebound, Old Dominion. That's Hill who corrals it. Fields, top of the key. She'll take a quick three-pointer and catches nothing but air. And a great effort on the miss by Kelsey Thompson as she catches it before she heads out of bounds. She throws it off of Alex Richard, and it stays with Old Dominion. Substitution here for the Monarchs while we get a break in play as Jaden Atchison making her first appearance in this one. Quick out the inbound. Cameron Hill, mid-range jumper, no good. And Ball State gets the defensive rebound and a foul alongside it. That one's by Maria Clayton. .6:16 in this third quarter. Cardinals lead 43-31. Allie Becky straight away. Guarded by Atchison. She feeds to Stuck. Down low, Kiefer, and the pass is offline. Old Dominion basketball as that one sails straight out of bounds.
It was right to our very own Evan Cummings getting himself all involved in the action.
How about that, fellow sports linker? You know, you'd like to hear him on one of these calls these days.
Hopefully it was a good shot.
Hopefully it was. Hopefully we'll see it on socials later. On the Old Dominion side, Maria Clayton heads in. Tough shot at the mid-range, just about at the stripe. Offline. That's great defense by Elise Stuck. Allie Becky. Right wing. Pass to Maria Kiefer. Marie Kiefer. Down low, Elise Stuck, and she gets an uncontested, unguarded layup. 45-31, great ball movement by Ball State. 5:30 to go in this third quarter. Double team with full court defense, and it's a foul by Ball State. They may say actually that it was just out of bounds. I believe Elise Stuck stepped out as she tipped that one. A couple substitutions for Old Dominion as Simone Cunningham checks in for Cameron Hill. Monarchs have it with 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Maria Clayton, left wing, passes opposite end to Jaden Atchison. She'll take a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Lachelle Austin. Ball State has it. Heads in off of Clayton. Down low in the box. And her pass to Alex Richards stolen by Jaden Atchison. Fast break opportunity rejected by Allie Becky. As she tips the ball out of bounds and forces a reset with 26 on the shot clock. And an inbound at the baseline underneath the basket for Old Dominion. The first, the substitution for Ball State. Sydney Bolden checks in for Lachelle Austin.
That was an example right there of a forced pass more than anything.
Out of the inbound, Atchison has it between the rings. Pass to Fontana. Little jumper off the left block, fouled on the way up. That one's on Alex Richard. Just the second personal foul, by the way, by Ball State. And immediate timeout here as we hit the 5-minute break. Ball State up 45-31 over Old Dominion. Now, we know a lot about this Ball State team, about the returners, but there are some new faces, and one of those new faces who's made a big impact in this game alone is just a freshman. For more of that, we go to Roen Elbert.
Thank you, guys. One of the biggest losses in the transfer portal for Ball State this offseason was MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Nyla Hampton, who left for Michigan State. Now, after such an integral piece from last year's team leaves, it begs a question. Who will step up? enter freshman Zuri Ransom, who just got her first career collegiate points in the second quarter. Ransom comes from Evanston, Illinois, where she averaged 3.5 steals per game just as a sophomore. Head coach Brady Salih said that Zuri can compete at a high level on both sides of the court, and she will develop into an extremely high-level player here in Muncie. Brayden, Max, back to you.
Roen, she's one of those freshmen on this team that Coach Salih speaks very highly of. He said, quote, "We believe she can play anywhere in our offense. She has the ability to be a major league level 3-level scorer." And he compared her to all MAC Toledo guard Quenisha Lockett. I mean, that's high praise right there.
And I mean, that's high praise for anyone, but coming in as a freshman with that's very impressive.
Her and Grace Kingery regarded as the future of this Ball State team.
And I tell you, that's one of the better dynamic freshman duos that I have seen get recruited. Very successful. Can't wait to see what they do at the D1 level.
So far, they're showing up in this game. Both of them have made appearances. Zuri Ransom has made the biggest impact between the two. But we've seen Grace Kingery make an impact, especially in the IU Kokomo game. She really stepped up with some solid minutes in that performance in the exhibition. 45-31, Ball State in control still. Old Dominion, they're kicking. You got to give them credit. They've hung around Ball State here in this third quarter, but when does the gas pedal, when do they come off of the gas pedal? Are they able to keep this pace for 15 minutes? I mean, if they can only stay level, at this point you're down 14. That's not enough.
100%. I think they may just kind of play at the same pace for the remainder of this third quarter, but for the last 10 minutes of this game, they're going to have to go all in.
You look at the rest of the schedule for Old Dominion, they have themselves quite the out of conference. I mean, Ball State alone, that's tough competition. Then you play at Southern Miss, and then you have a couple home games, actually a lot. Morgan State, Bowie State, VCU, William & Mary, Ohio State, a number 14 team in the country in Oakland, and then you go on the road to number 9 North Carolina State. I mean, that's two teams ranked in the top 15. That's Ball State, one of the top teams in the country in Mid-American play, mid-major play. That's a tough schedule for Old Dominion.
And I mean, I know a lot of people were praising Ball State's schedule, but you're right. Old Dominion not afraid to play these big teams, and that's good when it comes to conference play.
Brenda Fontana taking 2 free throws here for Old Dominion. As what preceded the media timeout was a shooting foul. She misses the first. Second free throw down the hatch, 1 of 2 trip for Fontana. 45-32 the margin now.
And Cardinal fans, they were chanting they wanted the tater tots. Don't know if that's still a thing this season, but either way, you can tell the Cardinal Chaos, they were invested. They wanted some free tots.
In the hearts and minds of Cardinal Chaos, there's always free tots on the line. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Allie Becky has it top of the key. She passes to MJ. Open 3, left wing off the backboard and no good. Rebound Fontana, Old Dominion has possession. Atchison, left wing, follows a Fontana screen. Straight away, give to Thompson. She heads in at the point, back out to Atchison, same spot. She tries to move, and this is some great defense by Ball State, forcing the ball out of bounds. It stays with Old Dominion, but give credit to Allie Becky for the tip out.
And I mean, Allie Becky could have just easily tried to let this one go, but she was willing to sacrifice her body with that one.
Baseline inbound for Old Dominion. Into Fontana and stolen. MJ credited with the steal with some tight defense forcing the bobble. Allie Becky at the point. Now at the charity stripe and back out to the arc. Pass, Alex Richard, right wing. Give to Becky, same spot. A few dribble moves, trying to create space out to MJ top of the key. Pass to Bolden. Give to Becky, between the rings. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Deep 3 off the back of the iron and no good. So Old Dominion has it. Quick on the other side. Clayton heads in towards the baseline. Shot at the elbow, no good. Ball State, outlet pass, Becky to Bolden. Down low layup, fouled on the way up. And that was some high impact contact between Sydney Bolden and Mariah Clayton. Bolden back to her feet though.
Great to see her get back to her feet. She's probably going to feel that one in the morning for sure. But just showing you the intensity between these two programs. And I mean, this is game one. You may be wondering, hey, will they be intense? Answer, yes.
Sydney Bolden only attempted 8 free throws last year, 50%. As she goes for her first of the season. Can't connect. 45-32, Ball State leads, 3:27 left in this third. Old Dominion needs something, needs some sort of run heading into the fourth quarter to stay competitive here. And the second free throw falls. She was 50% on the season last year. She's 50% in this game. 46-32 the mark now. Full court defense here for Ball State. Clean inbound to India Buford. And a whistle as she was moving quickly down low. And it's a foul on Ball State. That's the team's third.
And they give the foul to Sydney Bolden, so that'll be her second.
And they also make it a shooting foul, which kind of surprised me. It seemed like she was still driving as that whistle was blown. I guess you can argue that she was on her way to the cup.
Officials were having a little conversation as there were some questions as to why this was happening.
Yeah, it didn't look like a shooting foul. From my perspective, and yes, they are correcting it. It's not a shooting foul. It will be a baseline inbound. And I think that's the right call.
There we go.
India Buford to inbound. Near side under the basket. Give to Fontana straight away. Down low, bounce pass. Simone Cunningham fouled on her way up. Allie Becky going to be called with that one. Sorry, Olivia Smith called on that, as she just checked into the game before that inbound, making her first appearance this season. So 2 free throws here for Simone Cunningham, a 54% free throw shooter last season, as she makes the first. Every point matters now for Old Dominion. Worthen getting loud. And it gets to her head. 1 of 2 trip, and the defensive board by Olivia Smith. Allie Becky across the stripe for Ball State. Smith, top of the key, pass to Bolden, right wing. Follows an MJ screen, and she's double teamed. Ball forced, punched out of bounds by Mariah Clayton. Stays with Ball State. 18 on the shot clock. Just over 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Ball State up 13. Far side inbound, give to Becky. Between the circles, she gives to Smith at the free throw line. Olivia Smith. MJ, top of the key, give to Becky. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Guarded closely by Clayton. Give to Stuck, top of the key. Smith, 2 seconds. She has to shoot and opts to pass, and it's tipped by Atchison, which forces the shot clock violation. Great defense by Old Dominion as they earn possession.
Well, the big thing now for the Monarchs, we keep talking about it. You got to start making some of these shots, though. That's the big thing.
You have to. I mean, at this point in the game, 13-point deficit, it really starts mattering. 13 points, you're down, and there's 13 minutes to go. A point a minute. India Buford, give to Clayton, top of the key, out to Atchison, around the same spot. Olivia Smith with some tight defense, forces her inside. She'll take a tough layup over Marie Kiefer and connects. 46-35. Ball State still up, 2:24 left in the third. Maria Kiefer at the point, pass to Bolden, right wing. She's guarded tightly by Buford and gets it out to MJ. Down low, that was a tough pass to try and make to Marie Kiefer in the restricted area, but a foul before the pass gets to her. That one's on Brenda Fontana.
And that's going to be a third foul for Fontana, who Came in here, wasn't really known as a scorer as much a season ago, but already in some foul trouble.
And that brings about the bonus. So now you get 2 free throws if you're Ball State. And the first one is good for Marie Kiefer.
And it's great to see her coming back out here. Looks like she had to get checked on by the training staff. They say she's okay to go.
She misses the second free throw, so it's a 12-point lead for Ball State with 2:12 to go. Quick on the other side. Mariah Clayton down low, tough basket over MJ. How about that strength? 47-37, a 10-point lead for Ball State, 2 to go in the third quarter. A whistle as Austin had it, and it's a foul on Old Dominion. And that is the 4th personal. Cameron Hill going to sub in, as that is on Simone Cunningham, as she is deep into foul trouble. Also for Ball State, Surrey Ransom checks in for Olivia Smith, but that is huge for Old Dominion. I mean, they need Simone Cunningham out there. She's a seasoned starter, and she's an impact player for this team.
100%, and I mean, she led the Old Dominion team in rebounds a season ago, and she's just been in foul trouble all day, hasn't had a chance to really do anything.
First free throw no good by Kiefer. She's missed 2 straight now. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Ball State trying to extend a 47-37 lead. And she misses again. Rebound Old Dominion. Atchison corrals it. India Buford across the Cardinal logo. She passes to Hill. Back in the hands of Buford at the point. Give, 3 ball. Mariah Clayton left wing, no good. Rebound Kiefer. Ball State has it. Ransom will run the offense here. And it's tipped and stolen by India Buford. Fast break, 2v1. She opts for the tough layup, misses. Offensive board by Mariah Clayton, and she's fouled on her way up. And there's some chatter and chipping going on down in the block.
That's the 5'10" freshman, number 23, Mariah Clayton, who was trying to square up to one of the Cardinals.
And this game is getting intense. Officials breaking up the teams. With 90 seconds left in this third quarter, you can just tell how badly both teams want this win.
And I gotta give the officials credit. They immediately shut this down, you know, for all of the flack that these officials get throughout the season. At the end of the day, the NCAA, they're looking for sportsmanship. They're looking for fair play, and whatever was said or done clearly caught the attention of one of these two teams, and the officials did a good job of quickly getting this thing dealt with.
And we're waiting for the official ruling on exactly what happened there. We know that there's a shooting foul. We know that Mariah Clayton's going to the line for 2 free throws, but what exactly happened down after the play in that scrum, we don't know yet. The officials are going to the scorer's table. And it is a technical foul on Sydney Bolden, so that's huge for Old Dominion. And that's also a technical foul on Old Dominion, so I think those might negate. How about that? Scratch what I just said about that being huge for Old Dominion. It'll just be 2 free throws unless both these teams shoot free throws. I actually, admittedly, embarrassingly, don't know the protocol here for 2 canceling technical fouls.
You don't see that a lot. You know, I didn't see a lot of technical fouls a year ago. Certainly didn't see now 3 in this ball game. Wild circumstances.
Absolutely wild. So Allie Becky checks in for Sydney Bolden. And 2 free throws here, normal free throws, so it will be a simple 2 for Mariah Clayton.
So
they do cancel.
It is official. Sydney Bolden did have her technical foul, as did Mariah Clayton, and then that's why we got the offset, and they're having this free throw because of the foul committed by Sydney Bolden.
She makes the first free throw, cuts this to a single-digit game. Man, if you're Old Dominion, you just wish that you would have kept a cooler head in that situation, because you would have ended up with technical free throws as well as these two, and that second one is missed. So it's 47-31, Ball State lead with just under 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Allie Becky has it.
Big thing was that was a freshman getting that technical foul as well, so that's going to be a conversation on the bus ride back home.
3, Zuri Ransom connects in the left corner. That'll bring the energy right back to Ball State. 50-38, Cards lead with a minute to go in the third. India Buford, handoff Atchison, left wing, pass to Clayton, top of the key. And that is an off-ball foul. Blocking foul on Old Dominion. As Allie Becky was tripped up a bit, still a bit shaken up. That one's on Brenda Fontana. That's also her fourth foul. So that's 2 key Monarchs in foul trouble here as Cunningham and Fontana are dealing with it.
And the big thing is those are 2 players that bring in a lot of D1 experience that are having to be on the bench in a close game scenario.
And Marie Kenenbenny checks in for Brenda Fontana. Ball State has it. Rochelle Austin, right wing pass to Becky between the rings. 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Zuri Ransom, top of the key. She passes to Austin. Heads in along the right baseline. Tough layup, no good, and out of bounds off of the hands of the Monarchs. So with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, 23 left on the game clock, Ball State looking for their last possession of the third quarter here, up 12.
I'd expect to see a quick Allie Becky 3.
Instead, she gets it at the mid-range, pass to MJ, ball on the ground, and it's a steal for Old Dominion. Fast break, India Buford, pass down low, Atchison. She takes a tough layup, no good, and a rebound for Marie Kiefer, so Ball State will get another possession. And it's a foul on Old Dominion. That's the third foul for India Buford. That's another Old Dominion Monarch in foul trouble.
And that is definitely something that Coach Alicia Milton-Jones wants her team to avoid, is having some of those critical players get into foul trouble. That's the third Monarch actually with 4 fouls.
And Ball State, they're still in the bonus, so that's 2 free throws here for Marie Kiefer.
The first State Cardinal sub, 20, Alex Richard back in.
Alex Richard going to sub in for MJ. And for Old Dominion, Kelsey Thompson checked in for the now in foul trouble, India Buford. What a wild third quarter this has been. And that's another miss for Marie Kiefer. She is beside herself. Immediately looks to Zuri Ransom, just in shock. She's missed, I believe, 4 straight free throws now.
Yeah, that's not exactly how you want to get your season started off. I mean, Marie Kiefer has been great at rebounds. She has 9 of them, but hasn't been able to make as many points as she probably would like.
But she hit that free throw to end the drought. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Old Dominion double team. Ball State trying to force a turnover. They can't. Into the hands of Thompson. She takes a wild 3, and that one ends up out of bounds. I don't know what she was thinking, and now you give Ball State a possession with 1.2 seconds left in this third quarter with a 13-point lead. That was a wild shot that didn't need to happen by Kelsey Thompson.
That's just someone having an example where you just try and force something.
Allie Becky tries to force one, and she doesn't get it off in time, and it was offline as well. We head into the final stanza. Ball State up 13, 51-38 against the Old Dominion Monarchs. Don't go anywhere. We got 10 minutes of basketball to go. This is SL Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
Welcome back to the action at Worthen. 10 minutes to go in this MAC Sunbelt Conference Challenge matchup. 51-38, Ball State leads over Old Dominion. I'm Brayden Carroll, Max Gillie alongside. This is a Ball State team heading into this year with a lot of MAC potential and a lot of MAC tournament hopes. For more on that, we go to Roen Elbert.
Guys, the Ball State Cardinals have sky-high expectations for the 2024-2025 campaign, and a lot of those expectations rub off on seniors Allie Becky and Madeline Bischoff. Becky made preseason All-MAC first team for the second year in a row, and Bischoff made preseason All-MAC second team. Last season, two Cardinals also made the preseason All-MAC team. That includes Hampton, who transferred to Michigan State. This marks the first time since 2008 and 2009 that two different Cardinals made the preseason All-MAC teams in back-to-back seasons. It's certainly fitting for a team with expectations through the roof. Brayden, Max, back to you.
Thanks, Roen. It's a lot of pressure on this Ball State team. You're first in the preseason MAC standings. You have two preseason All-MAC recipients. This team, a lot of people around this conference think they'll perform to the highest standard.
100%. First of all, that has to feel good heading into a season knowing that a lot of people have a lot of faith in you. But the big thing is, listen, now that the season has started, that really means nothing. I mean, it sounds good on paper, coming into the season picked as a preseason favorite, but I mean, that's just all it is. It's just a pick. It's just almost like a guess. Now you're in the action. It's time to perform.
It's kind of like the AP poll right now in football.
Yes.
You know, like tomorrow it stops mattering because the CFP rankings come out. So this poll, you know, hey, congratulations, Indiana, you're number 8 in the AP poll. Well, it doesn't matter after today. You might be 13th in the CFP rankings. The polls don't matter in more ways than one. I promise that's the last election joke.
By the end of this week, with the Ball State football game, let's get them ranked somehow.
Hey, that's what my eyes will be on Tuesday. Some Tuesday night action. Fourth quarter starts. Ball State moving right to left. Allie Becky in the right wing. Pass to Marie Kiefer straight away. Down low, fires one to Richard, and it's stolen by Marie Kenenbenny. Correction. Kelsey Thompson, left wing. She'll take a shot straight away. No good. Rebound, Marie Kiefer. Ball State has it. Allie Becky fires one to Alex Richard, and she's wide open. A lane all to herself, and it's 53-38. Ball State in control. 9:20 to go. Kelsey Thompson deep in the left arc. Heads to the charity stripe, pass to Atchison. Step back three. Offline, rebound, Lachelle Austin. Cardinals looking to chirp their way to a victory. Allie Becky, right wing, spins around down to the ground, and she is fouled.
Allie Becky fouled on the drive by number 1, Jaden.
That one is on Jaden Atchison.
Her first person on the team here in the fourth.
And Old Dominion, if they want to make a comeback here, the fouls need to come to an end.
100%. You know, this is a manageable game, but as I've mentioned before, you're just giving Ball State more opportunities.
Inbound under the basket. Far corner, Allie Becky has it. Pass to Austin, far wing. Now Alex Richard on the near side. Give to Becky down low. Spins around, 7-foot, turnaround mid-range jumper, no good. I tried to say midi, didn't come out right. Mariah Clayton, her layup down and No good. Rebound Becky.
10th rebound for Kiefer.
Michelle Austin travels. And Worthen is not happy about that call.
No, and that just has to be frustrating for the Cardinals for sure, but big thing is now this is going to give the Monarchs an opportunity. Can they capitalize? That's the question we need to find out.
Nisa Muhammad in for Old Dominion. She takes it across the charity stripe and past to Maria Clayton. At the point, heads in, down the lane, pass stolen by Stuck, trying to get it out to Nisa Muhammad. That's an Old Dominion foul as Ball State quick in transition. Michelle Austin fouled on her way to the cup. It'll be an inbound for Ball State after it initially looked like both teams were setting up for a couple free throws.
And now Buford's coming in. The big thing to remember, yes, she's leading the team with 10 points. She has 4 fouls. Cardinals are going to try and do everything they can to get her fouled out.
Old Dominion making a last gasp effort in this game. Stuck out of the inbound, open layup off the front of the iron, and Old Dominion catches a break. Other side, Muhammad, she'll take a 3 in the right wing, offline. Offensive board by Cameron Hill. She's fouled on the way up. She'll get 2 free throws. That's Allie Becky's second foul. So you have 8:04 in this game, 2 free throws here. Let's say you make both of them. You're down 53-40. What does Old Dominion need to do to get to a run here and make this game close?
They're going to need to get those rebounds, and they're going to need to make all of their shots. It seems easier said than done. It can be done, but you got to make a lot more offensive plays.
Heading into this final 8-minute stretch here, I mean, you only have 39 points. You got to be unprecedented in your offensive production. 40 points is the mark now as they're down by 13, 8 to go. Allie Becky across the stripe, guarded by Buford. Between the rings, gives to Kiefer. Pass, Stuck, open, right corner 3. Too strong in the defensive board, goes to Nisa Muhammad in the Monarchs. She takes it across the timeline, heads in on Becky, tough layup, rejected. Allie Becky making a stand down low.
That's one way to get a crowd fired up, as Allie Becky has done so many times over the years here at Worthen.
And now Old Dominion forced to inbound. What could have been 2 free points becomes a lot harder for these Monarchs. Inbound to Thompson, right wing, guarded by Stuck. 20 seconds on the shot clock. She heads in along the baseline, and she stepped out of bounds. Ball State basketball. 7:34 to go. These Cardinals are starting to close in on it.
And simple turnovers like that are the reason why a 13-point deficit seems difficult to deal with.
Cameron Hill checks in for Kelsey Thompson. One of the key players, averaged 14.4 points per game. This is clearly the final stretch for the Monarchs. Allie Becky for Ball State, pass to Kiefer, straight away. Back to Becky, right wing. Double team by Buford and Hill. Pass to Austin, down low. Kiefer in the block. She'll give to Stuck. Mid-range jumper about 8 feet away, no good. And a rebound for the Monarchs. Big break for Old Dominion. India Buford heads in along the near side. Moving around Elise Stuck. Great defense by Ball State down low. Forces it back out. 3 by Kenan Benny. No good. Rebound Austin. And almost a steal for India Buford. Instead ends up out of bounds. She almost picked the pocket of Lachelle Austin. Ball State catches a break with 6:54 to go, up 53-40.
And one of the reasons why Old Dominion has really struggled, I mean, you just got to look at their numbers. They only shot 30% in the third quarter. You're not going to be able to get back into a lead if you shoot under 50.
One of the big problems for this Old Dominion team last year was points per game. They were 12th in the Sun Belt Conference, averaging 64. Ball State, 6 seconds on the shot clock and a foul as Elise Stuck was heading into the lane. That one is on Old Dominion. India Buford, that's her 5th. She is fouled out. How about that? That is game-changing.
And that's your leading scorer now out of the ball game. That begs the question, who's going to step up?
It's Samaru Fields, and Coach Delisha Milton-Jones went right to her before she checked in and gave her a pep talk. This is clearly a last gasp with 6:33 to go. Allie Becky to inbound far side, give to Stuck. She hands off to Austin at the Cardinal logo. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Allie Becky between the rings, guarded by Fields. She gives to Stuck and a whistle off ball, a foul on Old Dominion. That one's on Nisa Muhammad, her 2nd, despite only having limited minutes in this one. I mean, she's only been out there for 5 minutes and she has 2 fouls.
Just having to be a freshman, getting used to D1 basketball, I guess.
Allie Becky, another inbound, give to Stuck. She heads in along the far side. Tough layup with the opposite hand. 55-40. Cards chirping. Other end, Clayton can't get a shot, and she's fouled on the way up. And Worthen's a little surprised that that one was called. She was heading to the ground on her way, and Coach Salih joins the fans in voice of displeasure.
And one of the big things is Stuck is now up to 10 points, but I know you can say this with a lot of the new faces of the Cardinals. I think Lachelle Austin has played well. I really think today has been a good day for Lee Stuck.
It has. She has stepped up big time with some key plays down the stretch. 10 points, 4 of 8 shooting, a steal, 2 assists, 2 rebounds all over the board. Maria Clayton makes the first free throw for ODU and cuts it to 14. 6:09 left to go. It's urgency time for Old Dominion, and you have to make these free throws. And she connects. 13-point game. Inbound to Austin. Monarchs starting to show a bit of a full court press. Across the timeline, a Kiefer screen helps Austin get to the point. Elise Stuck left wing. She feeds Becky. Same spot. Guarded by Muhammad. Cross-court pass to Austin, tipped by Hill and out of bounds. Cardinals keep it, but 14 seconds on the shot clock and an inbound coming up. Allie Becky in the far corner. She gets it into Stuck, right wing. Pass to Kiefer straight away. Over to Austin, left wing. Dish to Richard, stolen by Hill. Can she keep it in bounds? And she successfully passes it off of the ankle of Richard out of bounds. So, Monarch ball. That's smart play by Cameron Hill. 5:40 left to go. Down 13. Muhammad takes it across the timeline. Guarded by Becky. Feed down low, tipped by Richard and stolen. Allie Becky will start the offense for Ball State. Spins around Muhammad and couldn't make it to the lane, but she gives it to Austin, right wing. Down low, Richard. At the block, spins towards the baseline. Tough lay-in, no, but a rebound for Elise Stuck and a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to Old Dominion. Great effort from Elise Stuck. Eyes ready, got the rebound, but an even better effort by Old Dominion to force the jump.
Well, the big thing with Old Dominion, yes, you got the rebound, but you got to start popping some shots up now.
Lisa Muhammad straight away, pass, Fontana. She has 4 fouls. And her pass stolen, Lachelle Austin. Ball State has it. 4:50 to go in this game. Great dribble move, but she's rejected on her way up by Fontana. Fast break, Clayton layup, no good, rebounds, Fields, she gets it to go. That was almost a disaster for Old Dominion.
And shout out Simone Fields being able to get the critical rebound. But you're right, that should have been an easy bucket for Clayton.
Almost, literally, I mean, game-ending momentum play if you don't hit that.
I think it would have. I think it definitely would have deflated the atmosphere.
Lachelle Austin, 3, air ball. And Clayton lets it go out of bounds harmlessly. Old Dominion ball. But first immediate timeout. This is getting a bit intense. An 11-point game. Cardinals up 55-44, but Old Dominion with 4 minutes to go. They just keep kicking.
Listen, they got a whole lot of fight. Other teams, they may have been looking at that scoreboard after the third quarter and been like, we got a long trip. We're going down to SMU later this week. We'll just end this game off. But for Old Dominion, there's a lot of fight in the Monarchs.
Absolutely, and that's the culture that this team brings. We're talking about 8 transfers, 10 new players overall if you include the 2 freshmen added to the signing class. This is a scrappy team, players from JUCO colleges, from Power 5 schools that didn't give you enough minutes. In the case of Jaden Atchison and some other players on this team, there's so much fight in Old Dominion, and that's exactly what we're seeing in this great game.
I mean, you mentioned it. These players, they have to fight to get to a level like this, which all credit to Coach Alicia Milton-Jones and the Old Dominion staff. You know, when you look at bios, players are always saying one of the reasons why they want to go there is culture, and I can tell somewhat when there's a good culture just by the way teams are warming up when they come in here pregame. There's a lot of fire. There was a lot of fight in this Old Dominion team. As soon as they got here, they were all business. That's signs of a good culture.
You know, I talked to Roen before the game today. I talked about, you know, how much it means to you to have 3 national championships to your name, because you can get the scrappy players like this from JUCO colleges. You know, you have players who average double digits at JUCO looking to play D1 ball. It's probably not going to be a major program, but then Old Dominion comes calling your name, says, hey, Coach Milton-Jones runs a scrappy program. We have 3 national championships. You want to help rebuild? I mean, that's quite the pitch that you can make to a young JUCO player looking to make it big.
And one thing I don't think we've had really a chance to talk about is just the experience that Talisha Milton-Jones has. She spent time in the WNBA. She had played the most games in 16 years until Sue Bird overpassed her. That's an impressive player to be associated with. Then she's got gold medals as a coach of like U19 basketball as well. Listen, if I was a recruit, I would love the pitch that Old Dominion has. I'd love the pitch that Ball State has as well. These are 2 great cultures, and even though this is an 11-point ball game, these seem like 2 great teams to watch out for.
So much fight in this game, both metaphorically and literally. It has been scrappy at a few times in a bad way, but man, oh man, what a fight overall we've had in this one. A heavyweight bout in mid-major play.
And this is only going to help a team like Old Dominion and a team like Ball State. When it comes to a competitive Mid-American and Sun Belt Conference, you play a game. Yes, sometimes there's a little bit of hostility, but you play a great game against a decent mid-major school. That has to help you feel good throughout the season.
Old Dominion has the ball, moving left to right. 4:14 left, and you're down 53-44. What's the call out of the break if you're Coach Milton-Jones?
Got to start getting more shots up. They've only shot 12.5% here in the 4th. At this point, just shoot, shoot, shoot.
Mariah Clayton will pass to Fields. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Heading in on the near side. Pass to Mariah Clayton. She almost dropped it. Corrals it. Fields down low. Hill, 4 seconds on the shot clock. She'll take a turnaround mid-range jumper and can't connect. Rebound MJ, and that was a key miss for Old Dominion.
Just another example. Rebound going towards Ball State, preventing any opportunity of Old Dominion scoring.
Allie Becky, right wing, down low. Great feet to Stuck. Spin around, underhand layup. Rolls around the rim and out. Allie Becky tries to make an acrobatic rebound. It ends up out of bounds off of her hands, and she's a bit shaken up.
That's another example today where we've seen Allie Becky giving her all. I mean, this is game 1 of the year. It feels like when you see her playing, we're looking at a championship almost. Love the effort.
And that stands out to WNBA scouts, by the way. The effort that she has shown. And a kickball violation on Elise Stuck. Almost ended up with a key steal instead. He'll stay with Old Dominion. Substitution here for the Monarchs as Samaru Fields checks out and Jaden Atchison checks back in.
Atchison only had 2 points and a rebound and steal, but felt like we heard her name a lot.
Baseline inbound. A whistle and a foul on Ball State.
Monarchs foul 0, Cameron Hill.
Sorry, a foul on the Monarchs. I was surprised that was called on Old Dominion because Coach Salih was silent, the bench was silent, and all of Worthen was silent. I mean, that's a critical foul. That gives possession back to Ball State while they still have a double-digit lead.
And with only 3:17 left, something's going to need to change. And for Old Dominion, key to get a rebound during this possession.
Allie Becky and Ball State looking to deny the Monarchs of any comeback attempt. 3 to go in this game. Lachelle Austin, straight away. Feed, Becky, heads in. Floater, good. Clutch 2 for Allie Becky, 57-44, the lead is extended. Other end, Thompson, straight away, pass to Hill, almost stolen. And it is stolen on the pass back to Thompson. Lachelle Austin, layup, good, in transition. Cardinals chirping late, 59-44 with 2:30 to go. Kelsey Thompson looking to recover any chance of a comeback. Atchison, charity stripe jumper, offline. Offensive board by Cunningham, and she misses the second attempt, tries to save the ball, and it's out of bounds off of her hands. Ball State with it, 2 minutes to go, and that might spell doom for ODU.
One of the big things you've noticed is how much time Ball State has been holding the ball, just definitely trying to milk the clock for as long as possible.
And it's working. It feels like this fourth quarter has gone by quite quickly. Great coaching by Coach Salih and execution by this Cardinal squad. And just like that, there's 10 seconds on the shot clock as Austin has it at the top of the key. Double teamed and stolen by Mariah Clayton. Fast break. Gets the layup. Allie Becky was crashing in, but she opted not to jump for a block that could have turned into a tough foul. 59-46, Ball State still leads, 1:40 to go.
Here's the reason why Ball State is leading. Old Dominion has gone 1 for 14 in their last 14 field goal attempts.
Wow, that's shocking. That is shocking. That's something that Coach Milton Jones will hammer home and prep for SMU. Another steal for Old Dominion as Cunningham corrals it. Kelsey Thompson in the fast break, 1:20 to go. They need to move a little quicker and get a shot up. Hill lobbed one straight away, no good. And an offensive board for Thompson. She needs to put one right back up, and they're just letting the clock wind. Samaru Fields resets the offense, and Thompson has it at the left wing. They need a shot.
I know you want to get a good shot, but you just got to get those shots.
Samaru Fields rejected by Marie Kiefer. 4 blocks. She's 1 away from her 5th game with 5+ blocks. I mean, she has stepped up big time, ladies and gentlemen. A timeout, Old Dominion, and with a minute to go, that felt like the type of momentum play that just about puts this one to rest.
100%, and I mean, 4 blocks for Kiefer and 11 rebounds. She didn't need to score here today. She is one of the reasons why Ball State is getting this win.
And this has just been, on the offensive end, a disaster for Old Dominion. 26% from the field, 12% from beyond the arc, 4 free throws missed. I mean, look, this game film will be studied for a while.
And luckily, this is the first game of the year. So, yes, there's some things that didn't go so well. One thing that did go well, got to give a shout-out to Clayton. You know, Mariah Clayton comes in here, 13 points as a freshman. How about that?
And 8 rebounds. I mean, that's amazing for a freshman. Look, Coach Milton Jones, the last 2 years, she's had 3 freshmen on the roster, last 2 seasons. That's got to be the lowest in Division I, to be honest with you. And to have one of your freshmen this year step up in a big mid-major game, big out-of-conference game like this, that's got to be very, very alleviating for the future of the Monarchs if you're Coach Milton Jones.
And I mean, at this point, when you have a game like this, at the end of the day, you wanted to win. But this only affects your record. But, I mean, it's non-conference. It's going to not be the end of the world to lose this game. You look at things that you need to work on. Getting shots to be made. But you look at things that have gone well for this team as well. And definitely there have been some good things. But I think heading into the next contest, Monarchs need to be careful about foul trouble.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had Buford foul out. Fontana has 4. Cunningham has 4. Clayton has 3, and she is your leading scorer.
24 team fouls. 11 for Ball State. I mean, that's shocking.
And big number I wanted to look at, points off a turnover. Ball State has 21 points off of turnovers to Old Dominion's 12. So once again, keep trying to hammer this home, but you have to get those points off the turnovers. You have to get those free points that are given to you.
And you look at the play down low. That's been a huge difference in this one as well, Max. Blocks, Ball State's leading 8-1, and points in the paint 38-24. They've had complete control on both sides of the paint. 1:01 to go. Ball State, a 13-point lead, 59-46, looking to close this one out and start the season with a key out-of-conference victory. After this, they play 3 straight teams that were absent of a winning record last year in IU, Indy, Memphis, and Northern Iowa before playing in the Battle for Atlantis. Inbound for Old Dominion to Cunningham. At the mid-range near side, give to Thompson, same spot. She'll take a jumper before the shot clock winds down. Misses, but an offensive board for Samaru Fields extends it. Mariah Clayton, she heads in on the opposite side for a layup down low, no good. And a foul on the rebound attempt. That one is on Old Dominion. And this Monarch team looks deflated.
And with 46.8 seconds to go, I understand feeling deflated because you will lose this game, but you gotta give your all. You gotta play the full 40 minutes. So hopefully that's something that can get worked on.
Final check-in for Old Dominion as Marie Kennan-Benny checks in for Simone Cunningham, who has foul trouble at this point in the game, though. That doesn't seem to matter too much. MJ shooting free throws for Ball State. She misses the first. Last season, she struggled a bit at Texas A&M from the charity stripe, 49% season mark. And she makes the second. So 60-46, 45 seconds to go. Old Dominion moving quick. Mariah Clayton heads in from the near side and a whistle before going up for the shot as she is fouled. That one's on Elise Stuck, a reach in. So another inbound for Old Dominion. It will be Jaden Atchison to dispatch. Correction, Kelsey Thompson. The 7-1 look a little too close for comfort for the Monarchs. Mid-range jumper for Cameron Hill, no good, and a defensive board by Allie Becky. 3 seconds separate shot clock and game clock with 30 ticks to go. Worthen Arena quite satisfied with their Cardinals today. Michelle Austin, top of the key, guarded by Clayton, heads in, tough layup, no good, rebound, Samaru Fields. Maybe the last possession for the Monarchs. Pass, down low, stolen, Marie Kiefer. And that will do it. The Cardinals, 60-46, a key out-of-conference win, and a 1-0 start to the 2024-2025 campaign.
Tell you what, great job by the Cardinals, and yet a lot of players play well. You know, Alex Richard really started this game off well for the Cardinals. Her consistent shooting, I think, is one of the reasons why Ball State was able to get to that massive lead early.
This is what you wanted to see from Ball State, a double-digit win over an out-of-conference opponent that had a solid season last year. You head into the rest of your schedule now. You get a week, 2-week stretch of playing teams that didn't have winning records last year, and then it's the battle for Atlantis, the real challenge, the first MAC team to play in the tournament. This is a big win to gain some confidence. I mean, you're not going to play a team of that caliber until the battle for Atlantis. So this was one that, winning by 14, that's just about what you wanted if you're Coach Solly in the squad.
And I tell you what, a great performance by just the Cardinals. I mean, there's no better way to start your season than with a win.
And for Old Dominion, the rest of their schedule, they play some tough competition. I mean, they play VCU, who was 26-6 last year, on the 21st. Then they play Ohio State on the 28th, luckily at home. And then in their first game of December, they played number 9 NC State. So this was one that they would have liked some confidence as well to build off of. But instead, this is a tough loss to go home to Norfolk, Virginia, looming.
I think this is an Old Dominion team that by the end of the year, don't be surprised when you see them with some big wins. Again, they have so many new faces that they have to get used to. I think by the end of the season, when everyone is kind of in a better groove, don't be surprised to see them making some noise towards the Sun Belt tournament.
Max, any final thoughts before we sign off here from Worthen?
Well, I'll tell you what, Cardinal fans, keep coming out to Worthen Arena. This is going to be a really good women's basketball team. Tomorrow's a big day as well. Of course, Ball State, Miami of Ohio, Redbird rivalry. We're going to have that one on SL Digital.
Oh, I'm excited for that one. For now, we'll say adieu and have a good night here from Worthen Arena. The Cardinals win the home opener, the season opener, 60-46 over the visiting Old Dominion Monarchs. Don't forget, as Max said, tune in tomorrow. I know that there's an election. I know there's a lot going on tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. There is Tuesday night MAC-tion going on as Ball State hosts Miami of Ohio. That's AJ Switek, Griffin Leonard, Evan Stowell on the call with Isaiah Rosner producing. You won't want to miss it. 7:30 is the kickoff for that game. Either be there or be listening on radio or ESPN. But we like you here on SL Digital. So that'll do it here from Worthen Arena. Thanks for tuning in. This has been SL Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.